There are many activities you can do in the open world in GW2. In one moment you can be charging into a massive meta event with a lot of other players, and right after go for something chill like solo farming or map completion, or go for something harder like soloing hero challenges or legendary bounties. Having a build that is versatile enough to be effective in all these activities can actually make the difference between just getting by or actually having fun and enjoy the game. So in today's video I wanted to share with you guys 9 builds, one for each profession, that are easy to play and fun and also effective across all the open world content. I will leave the links in the description for all the builds so you can check equipment, traits and all the important information about them. If you enjoy this type of content, please give it a like and subscribe, and without further ado, let's jump into the builds. The first one is a build for Guardian using the Dragon Hunter specialization. This is a power build that uses Dragon stats with Scholar runes and the Relic of the Defender, and for the weapons we are using Sword Focus and Greatsword. The survivability of the build comes mainly from the insane amount of blocks it has, and this allows you to stay melee while doing great damage. Every time you block an attack you will gain might and protection, and thanks to the relic you will also heal for a percentage of your total health. The F3 and the heal skill Litany of Wrath will heal you for a percentage of the damage dealt, so use them when you are low on health and about to use a burst combo. The most important thing of the build is to use the F1 and also maintain the Fury and Resolution, so try to stay on top of your symbols and also use your focus skills, which will give you protection and resolution. For Necro we have a minion mancer build using the Ritualist specialization. This is also a power build that uses full Marauder stats with Scholar runes and the Relic of the Lich. And for the weapons we are using double swords and staff. With this build you will be running around with an army of undead creatures. You will be sharing some passive and active benefits with them, and this allows a very simplistic playstyle where your creatures will do most of the work. The Ritualist Shroud allows you to summon spirits, and thanks to the Lingering Spirits trait, your spirits will persist even when you exit Shroud. This build works really good in open world because every time you kill an enemy you will also gain a new minion, and when they die they explode, dealing damage in an area. You can also share the benefits of the Splinter and Nightmare weapons with your minions or with players around you. For Ranger we are using a power longbow build using the Soulbeast specialization. This build uses full Berserker stats with Scholar runes and the Relic of the Midnight King. And for the weapons we are using a longbow and a greatsword. This build hits hard. It does insane damage thanks to the many damage modifiers it has. All the ferocity and damage modifiers that usually go to the pet will go to the ranger instead when you are merged with it. This combined with the range of the longbow makes for a build that does a lot of damage and is very safe to play. And when you're alone you can survive by unmerging and letting your pet to tank for a while, and if the pet dies just merge and unmerge and it will be full health again. One important thing that you can do with this build is to stack all the damage modifiers possible when you're going for the burst. You can do something like this: merge with the pet, then longbow 5, longbow 4 for the fury and the damage modifier, then one wolf pack, Seekem for the damage modifiers, and after that just cast all the skills that do a lot of damage. For warrior we have a build that uses the Paragon specialization. This build uses full celestial equipment with Trapper runes and the Relic of Mistburn. And for the weapons we are using longbow and double swords. This build plays like a frontline tank that heals, cleanses and gives boons to your allies. It has great survivability and damage when by itself, but it really shines when playing with other players, because this build shares a lot of powerful boons like protection, stability, might and also alacrity. You can share these boons by using your chants, which are the F2, F3 and F4. You want to prioritize the F2 for damage and using the F3 for when your allies need healing. You also want to use your F1 to proc the Soldier Focus, which shares might, protection, stability, quickness and is also a healing. Next build is for the Elementalist, and we are using the Tempest specialization. This build uses full celestial equipment with Trapper runes and the relic of the Biomancer. And for the weapons we are using a dagger and warhorn. The damage of the build comes mainly from the earth and fire attunements. With Tempest you can overload your attunements, and each overload has a special effect, like fire gives you might and also applies a lot of burning, and earth gives you stability and applies bleeding. With this build, every time you gain an aura you gain protection, and because we are using Tempest, the protection gives us extra damage reduction. Thanks to the trait Breathing Stone, you will retain the passives of the signets after using them, so you want to use them off cooldown. In group content, you can share alacrity by using the Lucid Singularity trait. For Engineer, one of the simplest builds is the Power Mechanist. This build uses full Berserker equipment with the Scholar runes and the Relic of Rivers. And for the weapons, we are using a rifle. To survive with this build, just let your mech tank and attack from a safe distance. Just make sure to be close enough for the mech to gain all the benefits of the Mechanical Genius trait. You can set the mech abilities to autocast by pressing Ctrl and right click them. And don't forget to dodge often to reduce the cooldown of the mech abilities and also to gain alacrity from the relic. If your mech dies, you can summon it again by using the Elite. For Mesmer, we are using the Mirage specialization. This build uses full celestial equipment with Trapper runes, the relic of the Adventurer, and for the weapons we are using double staffs. Thanks to the trait Infinite Horizon, when we gain Mirage Cloaked, our illusions also gain it. So what you wanna do is to create clones using the skill 2 and 3, then dodge and use the Mirage Ambush, which is the skill 1, and when doing this you will also be sharing alacrity. Since you are using your dodges to deal damage, you can save the Illusionary Ambush and the Jaunt skills to reposition yourself when you are in danger. Another important thing you need to note for this build is to not use your Mirage Ambushes too close to the previous one, because doing this interrupts your clones. Usually you want to maintain your clones alive and don't use your shatter skills, but you can use the F2 when you have the skill 2 and 3 up in your staff. For Thief, we are using a power build that uses the Deadeye specialization. This build uses a mix between dragons and berserker stats with the Scholar runes and the relic of speed, and for the weapons we are using pistols and a short bow. This build plays like a gunslinger. You just want to mark your enemy using the F1 skill and spam the dual attacking pistols until whatever you are killing dies. The dual attacking pistol costs 3 initiative, but if it hits, restores 2 initiative, so this means that you can spam it non-stop. You can enable the auto attack by pressing Ctrl right click on the skill 3. If you need more sustain, you can use the Relic of Sakiros, and if you need even more sustain, you can use the trait called Invigorating Precision that is in the Critical Strikes trait line. For Revenant, we are using a power build that uses the Herald specialization. This build uses a mix between Berserker and Dragon stats with Dragon Hunter runes and the Relic of Sakiros. And for the weapons we are using Hammer and Greatsword. This build is super simple and very effective. You just auto-attack things with Hammer, while also sharing Might, Quickness and Fury with your allies. You just want to maintain these 3 facets with the Facet of Nature active and Impossible Odds when you are in Shiro. The sustain of the build just comes from the relic. You will heal for a percentage of the damage you do. And that's it. These are 9 builds that you can use in any activity of the open world. And don't forget to check the links in the description, and see you on the next video. Bye!